بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. We're here نحن في هذا الموقع، وهذا unconventional heroes، أبطال غير عاديين، وهؤلاء هم الذين يعترضون الأشياء التي في الحقيقة يجب على البشرية أن تعترضوهم. فهؤلاء الآن سينالون جوائز بسبب معارضتهم ومخالفتهم للأشياء التي تأباها الضمير البشري من العنف ومن القتل ومن الاضطهاد والظلم وهذه الأشياء. فمن ضمن هؤلاء عندنا أحد اسمه كريغ كوري، وهو أبو ريتشل كوري، راحل بالعربية، وهي التي كانت في فلسطين، وللأسف هي قتل، وبعضهم يظنون أنهم الذي قتلها عمدا، وبعضهم يقولون لا كان خطأ، والله تعالى أعلم. ولكن على كل حال هي قتلت هناك في فلسطين، وكانت هي أمريكية، شابة أمريكية صغيرة، وكانت في هذه صورتها هنا ريتشل كوري، وهي شابة أمريكية كانت في رفح، وهي تدافع عن بيت طبيب فلسطيني. الإسرائيليون اعتدوا على البيت وأرادوا هدمه، وهو الرجل ما كان عنده أي اتصال بالمعارضة هناك، ولا بالحماس ولا بالإرهاب ولا بأي شيء. وجوده فقط في منطقة تعتبر منطقة إرهابية. فهذا نوع من، للأسف الشديد، هو نوع من التهمة الجماعية أو الذنب الجماعي. لا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى، هذا مبدأ إنساني وليس فقط قرآني. ففرضا لو قلنا أن فعلا هناك إرهاب وهكذا، هذا لا قانون في أي قوانين من قوانين البشر تقبل أن تواخذ إنسانا لم يشارك في الذنب. فهي وقفت أمام بيته دفاعا عن البيت، أمريكية، وكانت في بداية دراستها في الجامعة، ومن أذكى النساء وأذكى الناس. أنا قرأت رسائلها، فنحن هنا لنلتقي مع والدها، وإن شاء الله غدا سنلتقي معه. وهذا يعني أنا أعتقد الموقع هذا يمثل المعارضة هنا في أمريكا، وهذا يعبر عن كثير من شعور الأمريكان. مثلا رأينا هذه شابة هي تشتغل بحماس على ما هي تراه أنه من الخطوات المخطئة والخطيرة التي تخطوها هذا البلد. وهذا من ناحية من محاسن أمريكا، أن هناك فعلا أناس ضمائرهم تأمرهم بأن تعارض وتخالف ما ترى من المنكرات، وهذا كذلك يعبر عن هذا. وهذا لا أقول أن هذا أكثرية الأمريكان، لو قلنا هذا هو غير صحيح. هذا لا تمثل أكثرية الأمريكان، ولكن تمثل جزءا كبيرا من المجتمع الأمريكي. أنا أعتقد في نظري تمثل جزءا كبيرا من المجتمع الأمريكي. فنحن إن شاء الله سنرى داخل. I'm getting to know this organization, Resist and Refuse, and I'm just curious, what are you all about?
We're a national resistance organization with chapters in different cities all across the country, and we're a membership organization. So we actually are encouraging people to become members of Refuse and
How many
Resist.
members do you have now?
Oh, we don't even know. I don't even know that.
Okay.
I don't work in the
national. So what's the idea? Just resisting what?
Well, what our main premise is that we need to resist the whole reactionary agenda, and that we actually want to take on and build a movement of resistance that is not taking issues on piecemeal. Like a lot of organizations build things on like one particular issue.
Right.
Like, they'll do stuff on police brutality, or it's just a women's rights organization, they just do women's reproductive rights.
So you're like holistic approach.
But if we actually want to stop this growing police state, we actually have to take on all the
So do you really feel that America is becoming a police state?
I think that
it's just a strong word.
I mean, no, it's an extremely strong word. I think that we need to actually recognize the signs of what it means to be a police state. And that's why I think that the Courageous Resistor Awards has become such a major big deal, because it actually is able to connect the dots.
Okay, so this is to award people that are out there speaking out against things that are maybe unpopular to speak out against.
I mean, also it's that these people are making these, people take these individual acts and they become very, like they, whatever reason for their consciousness, they decide to do this act of resistance.
They inspire other people.
And then it actually reverberates. Like I don't think they take this act and they think, okay, this is going to make a huge impact all across the world. But actually they do something and they make the right decision and actually impacts the rest of the country. And when we actually, and you have these people who are just doing things individually, and the fact that we're actually bringing all these things together to actually make a collective force of resistance actually is very inspiring.
So Samina Fahim Sundas?
Yes.
Yeah. And are you a citizen here in the States? Where are you from originally?
Originally from Pakistan.
Okay, and you're the executive director of the American Muslim Voice.
Yes.
What does that entail?
Well, after 9/11, the whole world is calling us terrorists, Muslims. And I used to be a national coordinator for American Muslim Alliance, trying to just, empower the Muslims and
the AMA.
AMA. So we were just, empowering the Muslims and encouraging them to become involved in local politics and vote and all that. But 9/11 changed everything. It just set us back about 10 years. And all of a sudden, we are being called terrorists. And even though that is a very credible work and somebody needs to do that, my focus changed and my interest changed. I realized that if we really want to become involved, we must go and build bridges with all the communities and build really true coalitions with the mainstream organizations. So that's what I started doing.
So that's what you're involved in. Now, why are you here tonight?
I'm here to just say no to, President Bush's policies.
Did you come from San Francisco for this event?
Just for this event.
The song is called Change. How we change. How we change.
Right now there's a war in the world right now, and we can read we can listen to what George Bush is saying.
There's a war on the world?
He's saying that this war is going to last for generations, and people need to be used to this normalcy of what the world's going to be like. Well, there's a domestic analog to that, and that domestic analog is a growing police state in this country. And so you cannot, the U.S., there's no way they can go out across the world and plunder and have an axis of evil and have a whole plan of how they're going to terrorize the whole world and not have a plan for what's going to happen here. And that, what's going to happen here, I think, is potential for signs of a growing police state.
Now, if you had one thing you wanted to tell the Arab world, the whole Arab world, what would it be?
That the people in this country, people who are in this country, who are Americans, live in this country, but they do not subscribe to the ideas of the people who actually run this country, and that we want to send a message to the people of the world that we actually have much more in common with them than the people who rule this country.
So the people of Iraq, what would you say to them?
I would say to them is that we think that they have a right to self-determination, that they have a right to live, they have a right to exist, and that we extend a hand to them, that we have much more in common with them, and that we want to build a world with them and actually not build a future. We want to build a future with them versus build a future with like George Bush and his people.
We breathe in the air, take in the bounty, not a care for the earth, the health of a country. But how about the people? How about the strife? Yes. How about thinking about better life?